woman, we all know that she had this issue of blood for 12 years. Most of the ladies would relate that she was hemorrhaging. And imagine if ladies could have it a few days in a month, but she had it for over 12 years. So this sickness brought so much suffering to her. The scripture tells us that she spent all she had trying to get better. She had been to see most of the doctors, but she still didn't get healed. And so one day she hears that Jesus is in town, and she was like, let me go. If only I can touch him. I'm sure she must have heard stories about Jesus, that he was healing all around, and the opportunity had arrived. Jesus had come into town, and so she needed to grab hold of that opportunity, that if only I can touch him, I will be made whole. And so she goes, squeezes her way through the crowds, and finally touches the hem of Jesus's garment. Then Jesus turns and he says, who touched me? I felt the healing power leave me. Somebody touched me. Then the disciples, and I'm sure the people that were in the crowd, got surprised, and they were like, but there's a lot of people around here. Anybody, can touch you. Everybody's tagging along. It's so crowded. But he said, somebody touched me. And he was very specific when he said, I felt healing power. Leave me. Then the woman being frightened, and at the same time, she must have been excited knowing that that bleeding had completely stopped. She turned and she told Jesus that it was I. Then she told Jesus about her story. And Jesus told her that, daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace. Your suffering is over. And so we now know that this woman had the issue of blood. She also had the issue of shame, and she also had the issue of lack. And so sickness, shame, and lack. Can you imagine that? This woman was going through a lot. What is interesting about this story, and what is so strengthening and encouraging, is that despite going through whatever she was going through for all those 12 years, she still never gave up. She was still searching. She must have reached at the point whereby she was completely weak, but she still managed to crawl her way through the crowd and grab the hem of Jesus, because she still believed that one day this sickness will go away. One day the shame will go away. And that was an opportunity right there when Jesus came into town. And so, in relation to this woman that had an issue of blood, I'm sure you might be also going through something right now. Maybe you might be going through sickness, or you might be going through shame, or you might be going through lack. Jesus said that your faith has made you whole. He also said that I felt healing power leave me. So God's got all the power. He has the healing power. He also has the antidote that can make the shame go away and the lack go away too. But it is up to us to hold on to Him, to be able to have access to what Jesus has to offer in relation to whatever situation that we have and we seem to be going through. And so, what is it? What is your issue? What are you going through? What has brought sickness into your life? What has brought lack into your life? What has brought shame into your life? Jesus is ready to heal you, to deliver you. He has it already. It is up to you to go and grab it. Your faith is what is going to make you get delivered from whatever it is that you might be facing right now. And so, what issue is it? What is bringing shame? I remember one point I I didn't know how to drive. I learned how to drive at the age of 34. Imagine I had 5 kids and I couldn't drive. My husband would go to work. And if I have to go to doctor's appointment, I would pick up my stroller. I would put 2 babies on the stroller and 3 other babies walking side by side. Imagine the shame of people having to look out their car windows and looking at you every time, always walking. To make it worse, we had a car. Sometimes it would just be parked at home, but because I couldn't drive, I would just walk all the way. Wherever I would go to the stores, I would walk with my kids with the stroller. That brought so much shame into my life until I said that enough is enough. I needed to drive. And so I had so much fear. I started praying to God to deliver me from that spirit of fear. And I started building up the faith that yes, I can be able to drive and I'll do it. So I started praying, God, deliver me from this fear. God, bring the right people into my life that will help me overcome this shame of not being able to drive. And so I prayed my way through the whole experience. God was gracious. I had 2 wonderful people that were patient enough, taught me how to drive on the freeways and in the streets. And the time for the test came. I failed the test for 4 times, but I never gave up. I still continued to pray until finally I got my license. My faith enabled me to get that license. God had it. It was just up to me to get it. And so I used the faith that I had within me that yes, I can do it. Yes, I'll be able to drive on the streets and the freeways. And I was able to drive. And that spirit of shame left me. I am no longer ashamed because I can get in my car and I can go anywhere I want to. So I don't know, maybe your issue might even be complicated than the issue that I had. But regardless of any situation, God has the healing power. It is up to you to tap into that power. Exercise your faith. Is it wet? Are you overweight and you're believing God to lose some weight? Well, God is able to help you through that. It is up to you to exercise the faith that yes, I can diet, yes, I can take walks, I can exercise, and my weight is going to go. If it's sickness, have the faith that yes, I will be healed. The sickness will go away, and do everything right that you need to do to kick that sickness out of your life. God has it all. It is up to you to grab it. I hope you have been blessed today. Thank you for joining Vessels. You all have a wonderful day.